All right, everybody. Jason Sloan here with Furtado Law Solutions. And today we have David Summerly. And unless you're under a rock, you've probably seen him on SVG or some of the other networks on Facebook. We're glad to have him here. He's actually switched jobs, so he's going to go over that. But David, how'd you get started in the restoration industry?
So I was selling marketing over the phone to various contractors and other small businesses. And basically, I noticed that roofing seemed to be a higher paying industry. And so I figured it'd be easier to sell to roofers because they got more money coming in, right? And so I put my entire focus on just selling to roofers and was just calling. And there was basically, I called one that everybody around me made fun of me because it was Sears. And I didn't know really, why that was a dumb thing to do. But I called, and through different people I talked to, I actually got to a guy who was just partnering with another guy on his company. And I ended up selling them our top suite, everything we had. And then they for another company, they were starting together. And then they ended up calling me in. And I figured their other company needed marketing. I'm going to go sell the whole top suite to the other company. And they ended up saying, "Hey, why don't you come work with us?" And I said, "Hey, look, I don't know anything about storm restoration." And they said, "Look, man, you got the right personality. The rest of that stuff I can teach you in 5 minutes. Just get over here. Trust me." And so I went and joined them, and I've been glad ever since. It's been a complete change for me. I love what I do. I feel good about what I do. I get paid to help people. How cool is that?
Yeah, exactly. So what made you switch from more of the exterior and roofing side to start working with the Window Pro, somebody that specializes in windows?
So Hurricane Irma out there in Florida, Hurricane Irma obviously is done with. September 10th was the cutoff for that. And so I was looking around like, man, do I want to stay here? Do I want to go help somebody else where there's more people I can help? And this is one of the places I looked at, and I thought, Lake Charles is where I was at, and or where I was thinking about going. And I thought, man, people in Lake Charles need help more than anybody else. I saw everybody at SVG, and everybody was out there, and they really went all in to help these people. And so I decided I might go out there to Lake Charles, and a couple people were putting bugs in my ear, like maybe you should go do that. So I went out to go sell roofing in Lake Charles, and thought about maybe even starting my own. And I ended up talking to Derek Ford at the Window Pro, and he said, "Man, there's a million roofers out there, and you're wanting to go be 1,000,001. There's nobody doing windows out there but us in Window World, and everybody knows about Window World. Mm-hmm. Why don't you come work for me?" And so I said, "All right, we'll check it out." Windows have always, in exterior sales, windows have always been my weakness, and so it was an opportunity for me to turn around and make them my strength.
Yeah, I know. About 20 years ago, I was doing windows, and everybody was replacing your windows. And then a lot of companies just folded because there wasn't the business that there used to be because everybody had already done it. Right. So it's not like a car, windows you replace typically when they go bad or storm damage. So that's right. Understandable. So that model seems good. So, so how did the idea for Window Pro come about?
So Derek probably be able to tell you better, but from my understanding, from talking to him, I know that because he was a contractor himself, and he has another company where he helps people with their scopes and things like that as well. And he saw an opportunity to help with these contractors because nobody wants to do windows, And I remember as a roofing salesperson, I would go out and I would sell a job, and the homeowner's like, "Look, I need somebody that's going to do my windows too. I know you just want to do roofing and guttering, but I need my windows done." And I'm like, "Yep, no problem. Sign here." Take it back to the office, and the boss is like, "Another one, David? No problem. We'll get it done." And 6 months later, they're still trying to get it done. And then maybe they got a roofer putting a window in, and it doesn't go well. And well-intentioned and all, but it just doesn't go well. And I think that's a pain that a lot of people in our industry feel. And so I think it's a huge what we do, this turnkey service that we offer, is just a huge help for all of them.
Okay. And then when somebody is set up with you guys in your pipeline, how does that all work? Do you guys have a way for them to enter the information easy so that way you guys know what's going on and all that?
Yep. So we've got, and it just we released today an updated version with our app, and they've got basically they have access to our CRM where they will be able to go in, enter their customer information that they can go in. We can, if it's a market where we just had like catastrophic storm, we're almost certainly going to have boots on the ground there. If not today, soon. But even if they want to just go ahead and get started and do it virtually, because our system is set up so that any homeowner or contractor or roofing salesman can go in and use our system really simply. If they can get on Facebook, they can get in our system and get this done. And so basically we have it set up. They can go in, access our system, put the customer information in. If they want to take some pictures, great. If they want us to work with the homeowner directly and get it done, no problem. They go in, enter the information, take some quick pics, and hit submit there. It goes off to me, and I'm going to make sure they get all fully onboarded and go in our system, and then we run with it. We go out and we do all their windows for them, turnkey, work directly with the homeowner, directly with the insurance. So the contractor doesn't even have to mess with that part. Then they still get money for it anyway, without having as much of the hassle.
That sounds great. So we already discussed that. When should somebody send you the job?
I mean, if it's got windows, we'd love to help. You know, if you want to dig in there and put your elbows in a bunch of window stuff, and that's really what you want to be doing, great, no problem. We can still help you guys wherever we can help you. But for the vast majority, I think, of our industry, they don't really want to be doing windows. And so if you've got windows that got storm damage, we want to help. We want to go in there, handle the whole process for you. We've got a letter we get over to you talking about the complexity of the trade that you're overseeing the entire job, that there's really 4 trades that are involved in windows and all those kind of technical things. The insurance, the vast majority, you know, you always got a few people in every industry, right? But the vast majority of them, it's not that they want to turn down your claim or your line items or your bid items. It's that you have to give them the ammo for them to get it approved. And so what we do is we give them the ammo to get more money on those windows, because you're probably going to lowball them and not even realize it. And Xactimate's not set up to do windows correctly. Mm-hmm. You know that. Yeah. And so basically we have a system to go in there and get those bought at a reasonable price, you know, where everybody's happy, everybody's making money, and the homeowner's getting a good quality window. And then, you know, we just help through that entire process so that you don't have to have the headache of it. But then you get that letter on the back end that talks about the complexity and why you need to be paid overhead and profit on your entire job. And now you're getting that money and mess with the windows.
Okay, great. So what if it's just one window on the house that needs replaced?
One window's fine by us. I know that there's a nationwide chain that's a competitor of ours that my understanding, at least down there when I was in Louisiana, is 4 window minimum, and they aren't really trying to mess with your insurance. But with us, you know, 1 window, we can get you helped.
Okay. And we talked about a little bit about this, but can you go into a little more detail about how you guys deal with the insurance so they pay correctly on the windows?
Yep. So we've got a system that basically has all the language and verbiage that needs to be in there to help the insurance adjuster see where they need to pay and that our pricing is fair and reasonable. And it just breaks all those things down. Also has a picture report that goes over to them that they can see all the way through, that we're not just throwing things at them and seeing what sticks. Mm-hmm. You know, we've justified the pricing that we've asked for.
Okay. And what products do you guys offer?
All of them, anything, you know, even your Andersons, your Marvins, your Pellas, any of them, we can do them. We've got the certain states have licensing requirements, certain brands, you know, they need you to go through their trainings and things like that. And Derek's done the work so that we can go and install any window in the nation.
Okay. And are you guys went over this a little bit. Are you just remote, or do you have boots on the ground?
So it depends on the market and the storm. So obviously, if we're in LA and they haven't had a hailstorm in 20 years and there's been no wind, we're probably not going to be there right now, boots on the ground, right? But if next week they got hammered with 3-inch hail, yeah, we're going to go ahead and go out there and we're going to put boots on the ground. And while we're working your claims, we're also going to be getting leads and getting our own. And guess what? Those people are going to have roofs and we're going to need a partner to send those over to. So it's a two-way street, right? So anybody partnering with us, if you're doing good quality work, you care about your homeowners, and we get that vibe from you, obviously we're going to want to help you because we got to send those additional leads somewhere, right? But if you're in rural Arkansas and you've got 1 to 3 window jobs, obviously we can't pay to throw somebody out there at this time if there's not a massive storm. And so in those cases, we'll be virtual, and I'll be happy to help with the training. Derek is a lifesaver, so anything I don't know or have a question, he's on it for me real quick. But yeah, I'll be getting everybody set up and trained. Anything I can do to help make the process as easy as possible for the contractor, that's my job.
Okay. And do you just have subs, or is there installers that are employees? How does that work?
So we've got our own guys, and we've got a network of them across the entire country. And so, and there's some markets where we're going to have to transfer one of our guys over there to take care of those jobs. We may have to have them go do all the window jobs in a week or two in one swath, depending on where it is. So it's going to be a little bit different in each market, but there are guys. We're not just picking up somebody at Home Depot.
Okay. Anything else that you want to tell everybody?
I'm thankful to be on here. Appreciate you inviting us out. I'm really excited about where this is going. My boss, absolute genius and a nice guy, and I don't throw that around a lot. So I do think that when the storm, they're probably going to be looking at him for most innovative of the year, maybe roofing process conference, getting Dimitri's ear or something. I think that what we have going on here is really cool. I think it's going to be really big. I think we're going to help a lot of contractors. We're going to take a lot of burden and stress off a lot of contractors and help move their jobs along faster. And I can tell you, as a former roofing salesman, if the job moves faster and I get paid faster, I'm probably not quitting and going elsewhere. And so, I think that there's a benefit at all ends of this.
And you're able to pick up more jobs, because if the company has an avenue to deal with the Windows side and everything, that allows you to pick up people
Absolutely.
that have never got before.
If you're not wringing your head trying to figure out how to do Windows correctly and who did, why'd they measure them wrong and why your roofer didn't install a window correctly, you can actually go out and sell more roofs and build more roofs. And so at the end of the day, you might go, well, I'm only making that 20% overhead and profit on the job. And maybe, I could have maybe gotten them to buy a little more on this window and made a little bit more money, but really to spend months stressing over that, it's probably not worth it. When we can go out and get them knocked out for you and you're on to the next one. And then even if you don't get that overhead and profit on a rare occasion, which it happens, right? We've got a built-in system on the back end, so you're always making money on your windows without having to mess with them.
Okay. So if anybody wants to get a hold of you, I got the information, but if you want to say your info, that'd be great.
Yeah. So I've got 2 Facebooks. I got my personal profile, and then I've got my contractor facing, storm restoration facing profile. I'm slowly getting everybody moved over to, just because I hated not being able to add everyone or having to deny or remove people, just so I can keep adding friends that I've made in the industry, right? Because we're huge and we're like a big family. So do please provide or go to my contractor facing. It'll say storm restoration after my name on that profile. Add me there, shoot me a message. Otherwise, I think my phone number and email are on the screen here. My number is 337-263-1196. Call, text me, shoot me your contact card, and I'll be happy to get you going by phone, by email, by text, however you need. Whatever's going to be best for you, we'll help you get going.
All right. Well, we want to thank everybody for their time and thank David for going over the Window Pro. everybody have a great day. And if you need help with your supplements, you know who to contact.
Jason Sloan, Paddle Law Solutions.